Hello everyone, my name is Sarah, I'm 16 and I'm from Scotland. I just wanted to welcome you to this channel. This is my first YouTube video because I suddenly got some inspiration to make a YouTube channel so that I could sort of continue to spread the positivity I already spread on my Instagram account at Selflovespo. I know there are so many teenagers needing a helping hand through everything that's going on in their lives at the moment, such as school, mental health issues, friends and body image, that sort of stuff. I just want to be someone who tries as hard as they can to help people through all of that. I want to be that helping hand that you can reach out to if you ever need anyone. Okay, so long intro over. My message for today and always is please remember you are so very loved and you're never alone. Please don't suffer in silence. My direct messages on @Selflovespo are always open if you need someone. I'll link helplines and helpful websites in the description. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.
Okay, so the first question I got was someone saying, hey, so I'm gaining quite a lot of weight right now, and it's kind of weird because I've never drastically changed weight, so I was wondering if you had any tips on accepting it when your body weight fluctuates. Okay, so I'm gonna answer this question and then go on a bit about body positivity. So the way to sort of accept that you're gaining weight is genuinely just to think, well, I'm healthy and that's all that matters. Because as long as you're healthy, as in like your body's healthy, as in you're like eating your fruit and veg and drinking lots and doing exercise and stuff like that, as long as you're doing that, then your body, it doesn't matter what it looks like. And I know that body image can be such a big thing. Like, it can be like, oh my goodness, I'm gaining weight, that's absolutely awful. It's really not. When your body weight fluctuates, that's totally fine as long as you're healthy. Do you know what I mean? And I just really think that you should just think, well, you know what? I'm doing as well as I can, and this is just a little thing that will happen to me often. Okay, so the next question is, okay, so what do you do if you feel like a huge mistake and a failure and you want to sleep forever? Now, that's quite a heavy question. I used to feel like that, I'm not gonna lie, and the way that I got out of it was with counselling and constantly trying to work on myself. But counselling was the thing that got me through it, because I had someone to bounce ideas off of and it was really good for me. Talking out loud for me helps better than typing it out, so I suggest you go and speak to someone about feeling really, really bad, but just know that no one can be a mistake. No one's a failure. They're just negative words that society has put into us to be like, yeah, this is bad, this is good, whatever, And you can't be a failure because there's so many things you do right. You can make mistakes, you can fail, but you cannot be a mistake or a failure. That just doesn't exist. And if you feel like you're making lots of mistakes and you're not learning from them, like I used to feel, speak to someone about it. And if you feel like you're failing a lot, speak to someone about it. The bottom line is just speak to people about what's going on. For all of these questions, that is mostly the advice I'm going to give, because you just need to speak to people. You cannot keep it inside your head. Sleeping forever seems like such a good option sometimes, I understand, but there is so much that you would miss out on in life, like friends, family, you would miss out on the things you get to see and do and experience, and you only live once. Do you really want to end your life and make it so short so quickly? Just think about that. I'm always here, and just speak to people. That's my advice for that. Okay, so another question. What helped you the most on your journey to self-love? Okay, so counselling. Yes, it really, really helped, because I could speak out what I needed to say. I could speak out what was happening to someone who wasn't in my family, so who wasn't biased, and I learned a lot about myself and I was able to work on it. And honestly, what's helped me most is that, and the fact that I just kept going. I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing for that self-love goal that I thought I would never achieve. And then one day, as soon as counselling finished, snap. That's an awful click. I can't click, but snap, My brain was just like, whoa, what? Wow. And then from that day forward, everything's been a little bit easier. I'm not going to say that it magically, happens for everyone, but for me, somehow it did. And putting positivity out into the world is what helped me to love myself more, because I used to believe I was a bad person, so I would put out positivity to combat that, but that just turned into my personality, being kind and helpful. So that's how I sort of began to love myself, because I began to love everything that I was, because I knew that I deserved it after counselling and speaking about it. You just need to get to that point where you realise the only person you need validation and acceptance from is yourself. The only person you need to impress is yourself. I mean, the only person you're going to be with your entire life is yourself. Now, would you rather hate everything about yourself, or would you like to embrace and live a happy life? It's so much easier said than done, and it took me like a couple of years, thankfully only a couple of years, to get to this place. But for others it may take their entire lifetime. But I promise one day you will love yourself, because you deserve to love yourself. And it sounds so cliche, and you know what I mean, every time I say it out loud I think, oh, it's just the same advice I keep giving over and over and over again. But it's true. You will love yourself someday, because you deserve to, and no one can hate themselves forever. And really, you just need to start taking care of yourself. Knowing that you deserve self-love is basically the start. But, as I said, I suggest speaking to people and getting it out there and trying to work on your flaws. Flaws aren't... Everyone has flaws. No one is perfect. That is what you have to remember. No one is perfect, and it is okay to feel bad emotions. It's okay to be bad sometimes. You can't always be good. It's impossible. It's like that saying, there's always an up after a down. If there was no up and down in life, you'd be dead. Like, that's a quote that I remember quite often. And yeah, it's just sort of, you have to believe that you deserve it, and you have to know that you deserve it, because everyone deserves self-love. And self-love is so fulfilling and really, really, really helps you get through life better when you don't care what people think and stuff like that. Easier said than done, but just make a start on trying. Once you make that start, you are so much closer to loving yourself. For a start, I would start taking better care of yourself, exercising, drinking more water, whatever it is. And then I would start by analysing yourself and figuring out who you are and what you can improve and what you can't improve, and go from there. Okay, so another question. Any advice for being motivated? Homework seems like a massive chore right now. Oh my god. I totally understand where you're coming from. Homework can definitely be such a chore. School puts so much pressure on people these days, and it's ridiculous. So just remember mental health before school. Remember that always. Put your mental health before school, before everything. Your mental health matters more than all of that. But motivating, I think about the fact that I'm going to be helping people someday with what I do and what I want to do. And if you work hard, then it opens up more pathways in the future. I'm a really unmotivated and lazy person, which means that, I don't do much to do with school, and I regret that. So try and work hard from day one, and even if you slip off the bandwagon or whatever, just keep going and keep pushing on, and know that you're working for your future. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't just gonna do nothing. It is working towards your future. And homework can be such a pain in the ass. Like, I know that so well. Like, it honestly can. But you just kind of gotta do it, you know what I mean? But as I said, and as I will repeat till the day I die, mental health before school. If you are struggling in school, I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent here because I feel like I have to. If you're struggling in school with friends or bullying or anything, talk to a teacher you trust. I did that, and it changed everything for me. It kept me on this planet, speaking to a teacher that I trusted and I loved. And it just really helps to speak to someone, especially in school, because then they can support you and stuff like that. And you know, it's just really good to speak to people, as I said, but you're not alone. If you feel like you're being bullied, go speak to someone. If you feel like your mental health is deteriorating, please go speak to someone, because you do not deserve to suffer in silence. And it's not a silly problem. Nothing is a silly problem if it's affecting your life. My teacher said if it's affecting your life, like minimum of 3 days a week, like you're feeling it at least 3 days a week, it's a problem. Speak about it, you know? Bullying is disgusting, cyberbullying is disgusting, but you know, you can get through this, and I know you can, by speaking to someone and making sure you have a good support network. And it's really hard to get one of those, but as I said, my direct messages on @Selflovespo are always open for discussions about that or anything to do with that. Okay, great. Okay, so this video is very long at this point, and it's not really the most interesting video, and we've all fucked our attention spans with social media and stuff, so if you stay to the end, thank you very much for listening. It kind of feels a bit like a podcast. It's not that edited or whatever, but I just want to put this out into the world and have it there for people to listen to when they need to. So thank you very, very much for listening. I'll say it again, my direct messages are always open @Selflovespo. I mean that. I know people say I'm always there for you or whatever, and then they never follow through with that. I promise I am there for you. If you have no one else, you have me. Always. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day/night. I hope you're taking care of yourself, staying hydrated. Please remember that you are so very loved and you are never alone. There is always help out there. Please don't suffer in silence. I'm always here. You always have people. Okay, bye bye.